Christy. This is a little different morning impressions because I woke up when I woke up and things didn't turn out the way it did. But it is what it is, and it is no work day, so because it's Black Friday and it's Thanksgiving break. So I am here in the gym parking lot on my way home to do my to get home in time for my 8 o'clock appointment. So I will be doing my morning impressions as I drive. So I haven't done this in a while, so let's see how it goes. So last night, I think I fell asleep about 7:45, 8 o'clock. And yeah, it was interesting. And then I fell back asleep. I got up at about 8:30. Then I fell back asleep. Hey, okay. You can't listen to Lisa and Coat Jam because copyright. So I had to turn it off real fast. Anyway, so went to sleep. Actually, now that I think about it, I woke up during the night, but I didn't stay up. And when I woke up again, it was about 3:30. Pretty good, yeah. So I think I had a okay sleep as far as hours. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, can't think right now. Oh, the sun is out, blazing over here. And oh, kind of excited to do my consultation, but I never tell my coach yet because I don't know. Because I would go with her with the company that she's with, but they didn't have the good deal. So I decided like to go with this one because her company is only offering a small percentage off on bikini suits for competition. And I was like, this person is broke over here, so I need all the percentage off I can get. So yeah. So tomorrow is Peach Bunny's birthday, and I need to say happy birthday to him. Yeah. Anyway, so last night was pretty good. No major thing happened, thank goodness. Hopefully no major thing happens today. Oh, look, you can see all the stuffs over here from this angle. Sorry, it's been a while. But you know, that's what happens when you lose plenty weight, and I'm gonna be losing more weight. So, oh, I guess I can talk about this now. So, you know, like a lot of people, one of the things I'm battling, I guess, and trying to get in my head is the loose skin. And, you know, what we call kelly kind of skin, yeah? Where it just hangs, like over here and over here. But, you know, yes, I do want to get stronger, and I am. I do want to look better, but I don't know, it's hard, and I don't want to go back to being that fat, but I don't know, just seeing the loose skin, I guess it's just a reminder that, you know, this is all your hard work. But it doesn't look, I mean, I guess now it's not culturally acceptable to have loose skin, you know, because it doesn't look as good. But I don't know, I need to lose this weight, and pretty soon I'm going to be reaching a milestone. Oh, this fucker, I mean, sorry, he know what this lane gotta merge, and he gotta go faster. Hello, what the hell, why are you going faster? You know this lane automatically merge. Anyway, so you know, it's not culturally acceptable to have loose skin, because you know everything is gotta be tight, yeah. But And you think about surgeries, and that's an extensive surgery. They cut, especially in the arms. Yeah, they cut, and you're gonna have a long scar running along your tricep area. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, you could, but I don't know. Is it worth it? But I don't know. It depends, right? I mean, if it's a detriment to movement, then I'll consider it. But I don't really want it because that's an extensive surgery. And I don't like to be in the hospital. I learned that the hard way. I don't like to be in the hospital. I mean, I can go to the hospital for like those short kind stuffs, like, colonoscopy, that kind of short procedure, but long stay hospital, no way. They try to keep you in the system. They really do. And, to me, that's not. I mean, even the doctors, they come around. Okay, we're going off on a tangent anyway. So, yeah. And then even, like, I notice, like, in places, it's, like, sagging. And I guess it's a good sagging because, there's not the stuff inside to fill it anymore. But, I don't know. Then to think I have, like, 75 more pounds to lose if I want to do what I want to do. And that's just how it is. But I'd rather do that than always wishing that I could have done it. Because that's what I've been doing for the last 52 years, is wishing I could be this or be that, but I always come up short. Like, for example, like I brought this up before, like I always wanted my doctorate, right? Or my PhD. I had 2 opportunities to get it. One, I ran out of time and I was just like done with it. And then 2, I just had to stop because of my health. But really, if you think about it, the first time too getting my PhD, my health was crap. And I think the only reason why I got through the coursework with my health like that was because I was younger. Because like I had some weird ass ailments during my first PhD run. I discussed this before, but I mean, let me review. I got anemia to the point where I had a blood test, and the doctor had to call me after the blood test that very same day and say, you have to go to the hospital because you need a blood transfusion. And I was like, oh, what? So yeah, I ended up going to the hospital to get that. The second ailment was something, the tear duct in my eye, something happened and it clogged up or whatever. The thing was so big and it broke open over here or something, over wherever the tear duct is. And then, yeah, so that was another one. And then the other one was over here, the gland got swollen. And then, also, I mean, that was the major ones. We're not talking about being sick often and all that kind of stuff. Because, I still worked full time, had to go to night classes during the week. And because I needed financial aid, I couldn't just take one class. I had to take, 12 credits. So, yeah. But by the time it was time to do dissertation, I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm tired. I cannot anymore. So I had to walk away. With, even with all that money spent, I was like, just walk away. The knowledge you gain through the coursework, you just have to accept it and be comfortable with that. Because you cannot anymore. And I ran out of time. So then, like I said, years later, I decided to go University of Phoenix. I think it was in 2023. I started in October of 2023. And then I was doing good. I got good grades. But that 8-week course thing is grueling. It really is. Plus, you know, you're working full time too. Plus, you know, the quality of work for me is high. And my standard is high. So I wanted to get good grades. And then I was 2.5 courses in, and then I got in that big pneumonia, sciatica crap that ended with me going to the hospital. And then for that, I'm like, I'm done. The world is telling me, the universe, God is telling me, you are not meant to have a PhD. I'm like, okay, fine. So then that's why, so I came up short. And then with this, being an athlete in bodybuilding, I always wanted to do that. Back when I was introduced to it, back in when I was 13. So that was many years ago. And I always held on to the belief that I would soon do it. So when I got to college, you know, you worked out at the gym, and then, you know, due to transportation and finances, couldn't really pursue it as well as I wanted to. And plus, like I said, back then, you didn't have Instagram or social media where you could find a coach. To me, all you had was your Muscle and Fitness, your Flex magazines and stuff. And you're following male bodybuilders' routines and their meal plan. And that's not, you know, good for you. If, you know, that's not your goals, right? And then if you do work with somebody, you have to know somebody. And I never know nobody because I was in Oregon. So, you know, throughout the years, you know, anyway. So then finally I'm like, you know what? I want to do it. So now I'm doing it. And I don't want to come up short. I want to actually see something through. Like one of the things I saw through is actually becoming a teacher. So, I mean, I'm glad for that, right? But I'm always coming up short. So then I always ask myself, am I enough? And, you know, I guess that's the big question for everybody at some point. Am I enough? And then to the point where it's like, you know what? You have to remind yourself, you are enough. And then I have to tell myself, I am enough. I mean, that could go either way of, you know, being stagnant and not trying to push yourself to be better. But then at some point too, on the other hand, you have to just accept your efforts and what you've accomplished and go, you know what, you are enough. So it's one of those thin lines, right? So anyway, that is why I want to do what I want to do right now, because honestly, I don't really have anything else going on, and it's time, you know, it's time. It's time to just focus on what I want to do, take care of the ones that I love, and that's it. You know, like with the little ones, I commit myself to taking care of them, all my little fur babies. And, you know, God puts them in front of me and in my life. And even though, you know, they pass away and it makes me sad, I'd rather go through that and give them the life that they have than, you know, not being able to do that. Because, you know, there are many little lives that need to be taken care of. That's why we got Honey and Carlo when we moved here. They're not officially our pets. Oh, look at this line. How come get plenty people over here at Foodland? Oh, get the line going around the building. What is going on? What the heck? What am I missing over here? I know it's Black Friday, but what are they giving away? Oh my goodness, at the Foodland market or whatever they're calling it over here. Okay, anyway, I digressing. So, because you know when I left this morning, the line wasn't that long. I mean, this line is going around the building. I gotta go find out at home. I'm going on the internet and what the heck is going on over there that people are lining up. Oh, anyway, so I shall say goodbye, and this is my morning impressions. I'll keep you up to date on my bikini competition suit consultation. I guess I'll add it to my prep diaries. So I'll right after the consultation, I gotta remember to record something, my experiences doing that, because I think that will be helpful. So I'm glad I remembered. So I shall say goodbye and have a good Black Friday, and just rest if you are not working, and if you are working, hang in there. Your work day is almost done. So I'll see you later. Bye. Hi bunnies, it's Christy, and I'm here at 5:10 in the morning. Yes, I am about an hour late of what I thought I was going to do, but we'll just play it by ear and just do what we got to do. I'm on my way to the gym. Today is shoulders and cardio on the elliptical for 15 minutes. And then I have to rush home, and I have that 8 o'clock consultation for my purchasing of a bikini bodybuilding competition suit. So that is on the agenda today, as well as getting my driver's license renewal. Yep, so I'm gonna head out now, and I did not do my morning impressions this morning because I didn't have time. So I'll probably do it when I come back. But that is on the agenda, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi bunnies, it's Christy. I am done with my strength training part of my workout today because I was running late. I only had time to do shoulders, so I'm heading home now. It is about 7 o'clock. I figured might as well just go home and not try to do cardio here and then rush home and make it for my 8 o'clock appointment. So yeah, so I only did half, so I need to do the other half after my appointment and my call, and then about 11 o'clock I'll be leaving for my 11:48 appointment at the DMV. Wonderful. Yeah, so that's on the agenda, and then to save time, I will be recording my morning impressions after I sign off here. So I'll say goodbye. Bye. Hi bunnies, it's Christy, or Miss Bikini Buns. I'm here to give you my end of the day wrap up. It is 4:18 in the afternoon, and oh boy, let me tell you. Today I was running about an hour and a half late. Yeah. So what happened was I was just running behind. So I went to do my strength training, and since I needed to have be on Zoom, I had to come home and get ready for it. Okay, so the bikini competition suit consultation did not go as expected. But let me, and I did go with that company because of the discount and the people who are sponsored by them and the quality of their work. Okay, so I did go with that, but the person who helped me, I was like, I don't know, because why go on a Zoom call? Okay, why go on a Zoom call and you don't show your face? Isn't the whole point of the Zoom call so you can have a video call with the person you're Zoom calling with? Yeah, my first coach did that to me, and I'm like, why the heck am I on a Zoom call if all I have is a little picture of you and all I hear is your voice? I could just have the phone, the old style, yeah. I could just be on the phone with you. Why am I Zoom calling you? Okay, that was number one. Number two is, I thought we were going to go through a consultation about, like what kind of design would you like? Even though I wasn't ordering the full thing yet, couldn't we just talk about the design and then get the measurements later, as I'm closer to the competition date? But no. So I'm like, can I change to my suit consultation person? I will, but I'm just like, no, this lady I don't understand. I do not understand. But I went with the company. I didn't go with her. I went with the company. I decided to go with the company because I figured putting something down and then having 25% off later on in the year when I'm ready, I thought that would be more advantageous. And I also like the quality of their suits, and who also is sponsored by them. But with this lady, this consultant, I don't understand. Why have a Zoom call and I wouldn't get to listen to your voice and see your picture? This is dumb. We should have been on the phone. Why even offer one Zoom call? What are we Zooming for? So anyway, she was just like, oh yeah, you can order this now for the Black Friday special, and then as your competition draws near, then we can do blah blah blah. We can talk about the design later. I'm like, frick. So anyway, I would finish and I told housemate, I should have just stayed on the elliptical machine and had this conversation, because that's what basically it was. It was like a less than 10-minute conversation, and I'm not being generous. So anyway, so that happened, and then I rested a little bit because I was tired. Went to my DMV appointment, and it's, in a way it's a good you have an appointment, because back in the days you had to like wait, right? But at least they have a time for you. But because of the holiday, when you had 3 people working, and really the 3 people who were working, I mean, to be faced with, as I heard the check-in lady say, they had 160 appointments today, so they were not taking any standbys. And those workers were pleasant. And I'm not being sarcastic. They were pleasant, and they, because, having all that and whatever, I would be all irritated, right? But no. So, and this was around lunchtime too, so you're getting kind of hangry, you know what I mean? But no. So I was about an hour, they were about an hour behind, because I had my appointment at 11:48, and I didn't really get seen until 12:48. And, I didn't mind, because where am I going to go? This, to me, this is what this day was for, was to get this over with. So then I finally get to the window, and then it was really funny, like ironic funny, because after they called me, it was like 1, 2, 3 people after me got called, because they have your on the screen, they have your number, and then you hear the number too, and they also text you that it's your turn too. So like I said, the system is not perfect, but you know what? It's better than it used to be. And then there were a lot of teenagers getting their instructional permits, whether taking the written test or actually having a road test. And they were there with their parents. I saw a co-worker there with her son. He was turning 18, and he needed, in order to fly, now he needs some identification, so they were there for his state ID. So it was really weird to see a coworker, another teacher there with their family. But I was like here for myself, because I don't have children, regrettably. But you can't change the past, and you only can do what you only can do with what you have, and that's not something that I was blessed with. So anyway, got that done. Came home, and I was like, you know what? It is already past 1 o'clock. I don't really want to go to the pool, because I still got to eat my lunch. And so I did. And then a little bit after it, I went to sleep. And I went to sleep for about 2 hours. Yeah, so now it's 4:25, and here I am giving my end of the day wrap up while I feel like it. And yeah, and then yes, I'm in my bikini because I am Miss Bikini Buns. Buns here, not my buns, my butt. But I'm trying to work on my butt, to have bikini butt. But yeah. So tomorrow, what is tomorrow? On the agenda is to go to the gym. I have leg day. Cardio. Oh, I forgot. I went to so I came home from so after the consultation call, I got myself ready and I went to the fitness center, the small fitness center they have here. I call it small gym. And they have about 3 treadmills, 1 stair climber, 3 elliptical machines on the cardio side. And they have a very minimal amount of weight training equipment. But you can get a workout, but it's not what I would do because I require more. So, oh God, I must say this fitness center is clean, and I don't know, it just had a different vibe from the previous places fitness center. I mean, I don't want to be like, but it just felt more clean. A little bit more, even though they had little stuff, it was like a little bit more modern. It just felt like updated. And then even when I was there was a worker who came in to check on like the sanitary wipes that you have so you can wipe down the machines. So he was checking on that. When I got there were like maybe 4 people working out, and then in 10 minutes they were gone, and I was the only one in there for the last 40 minutes. So I was able to get in my cardio on the elliptical machine for 50 minutes. And let me tell you, there's a reason why I wear a headband because all my sweat comes from here, and then I get to my eyes and I get PO'd. But I totally forgot about it because I took it off, when I came home from the gym for the strength training. But yeah, so I walked back home, and I gotta admit, I mean, the walk is not that far, but I was kind of limping with my left knee, which is another funny irony, because during the elliptical machine, my right knee was hurting, like to the point where I was like, should I quit? Should I quit? Should I quit? But I'm like, no, just keep going, because you don't want to you're pretty much having a perfect workout week. So just keep going. So I did keep going, and I managed to finish all 50 minutes. But then when I was done, I was kind of unsteady because, but then my left knee was the one which was hurting. And oh my goodness. And as I was walking back home, my left knee was kind of feeling sore. So I was kind of limping back home, but it wasn't a very far walk. It's less than 5 minutes. And that's going at a snail's pace because of my knee. But, wow. I was like, wow, with the old place, I could not walk there. I mean, you could walk there, but it's like, why bother? Just, might as well just turn around and walk back, and that's your workout. But this place it's literally down the street, and it's walkable. So that is what I'm going to do from now on. As far as the pool, I'm going to walk there. And then if I have days like this where I can't make it to my other primary gym, then I'll just go to the small fitness just for cardio, because they cannot compare to the equipment that is at GY Fitness. So that is basically what I did so far. Pretty soon I'm going to be eating my taro and yogurt. And I'm so happy today is Friday, and then I have 2 more days of rest. I still need to work on some things for school, and mostly they're for school, but because I will not have Thursday and Friday as a school day, because oh my God, I gotta tell you this, because I gotta get this cross-linked or whatever. Okay, So I decided to do a driver's license renewal because in 2026, on my birthday, is when it expires. So I figured I'm already here for the address change. I might as well just take care of it all at once so I don't have to go through this in January or something. Okay? So I did it. And then I was having a little hard time because my address, the way they gave me the address, that's what I put in my address for the post office. But then you have the other people like Spectrum and all these things, it's not giving the same address. Even when I type in the thing, it's not the same address, but it's like, you know what, that's what I wrote. But thankfully they accepted it and they just kind of changed something just because it wasn't in the system or something in the thing, and they said, can we take this part off? I go ahead, I don't care, as long as I get my mail. So so you have to take the eye test, right? I swear, I had these on, and my right eye, I could barely read line 5. I was kind of like sweating over there, but I could barely read line 5. My eyes was watering, so I wiped it, and she said, "Okay, try again." So I had to squint. So so that's how I'm like, please, I gotta get that. I have to get that procedure done because oh my gosh, I can't believe my right eye is just doing what it's doing. So thankfully, it is coming. The date is coming because the left eye was fine. But, oh my goodness, everything was blurry. And they used numbers too. Oh. So anyway, I got my temporary license, and I'll get my other license in the mail in like 2 weeks or so. But yeah, I got it done, and I'm so happy that my driver's license is updated. The next thing to do is to get my car registration done, but that's another day. That's on the other side of the DMV. You don't need appointment for that one, but you need money, and I don't have that right now. And then I need to make sure that my car insurance address is updated, which it is, but I don't have the paper. I thought I had the paper, but I don't know where it went. Maybe I threw it away because I thought it was duplicate. Because around that time of moving, you just think, oh, frick, it's. Look at this, all this rubbish. So I will get another one. That should be easy. And yeah. So, oh boy, where's Miko? Miko's on his little bed in the back of the computer. And I'm over here. So I hope you had a good Black Friday. Oh yeah, I never knew. I was trying to look on what happened, at Foodland today with the Black Friday line. I mean, Foodland is a grocery store. Why are they going to have this line going around the building? I couldn't figure it out. I went online and couldn't find why. But later on, when I went to the DMV, didn't have a line, obviously, because probably everyone got served. But I was like, what is this line for? That's literally wrapping around the building. But I'll never know. So anyway, I hope you had a good Black Friday. And if you didn't shop, actually in the malls, I hope that you spent time with your family, and if you had to work, I hope you had a good day at work, and I will see you later. Thank you so much for tuning in and seeing what my daily life is like. I know it sounds like a press conference, but I don't always want to do heavy stuff and emotional stuff because that is kind of can become a burden, right? And I'm not a victim, so I'm not going to always discuss my traumas and my victims, what happened in my life and play the victim. So this is more of my journey and my everyday life and all that good stuff as I try to lose weight, get stronger, and finally live out my dream of being a bodybuilding athlete. So I shall see you later, and goodbye.